Hey guys, this is Jim, K4YCD, and you're watching FEP Labs Radio. Thanks for stopping by. So today I want to share with you this little amp meter, watt meter power analyzer that I got off of Amazon. And this is a no-name brand. These are all basically the same thing, and I will leave links to everything I talk about in the description below. I want to put this in my little Go box so that I can keep an eye on battery usage as I use the battery. That's kind of the thing. And so what this is designed for is inline power management. Power management is probably a little bit of a misnomer. It's not managing your power, it's just telling you what your power is. And the box is pretty simple. There's not much in it except the meter and a small instruction manual, which shows us a small instruction page which shows us the basics of this meter, how to wire it up, how to put power on it, the different functions that you can get from the display screen, and we'll look at those a little more in depth in a minute, and how this thing works. And this basically will show you amps drawn by your circuit. It'll show you watts being used. It'll show you amp hours, which is an excellent measurement to have anytime you're running on battery, because you'll know about how much power you have left before your battery goes flat. It shows you the voltage on the battery, which is also an indicator of how much you've got left. The meter itself is about $15 or $20. These are Legion on Amazon from multiple vendors, so there's nothing special about this one in particular. It comes with a plastic shield on it. And what we're going to do is we want to trim these ends back a little bit and put power poles on them, which is why I have the kit out. So let's get to that. Okay, we've got the power poles on. I had a bit of an incident over here and had to redo it, so that one's a little shorter. Not optimal, but it doesn't matter, it'll still work. So this is how this thing hooks up, a source side and a load side. So for our source, I have a battery right here, and we're going to hook it up to the power poles, which I have not joined together yet. I can. And as you can see, that's showing our current voltage on the battery, current, watt hours, and watts that we're using. And that display just rotates. There are no buttons on this, so the display just rotates through, and that is how that works. So let's get something plugged in so we can see this thing in action. Okay, I've got the IC706 sitting out here, and our meter's ready to go. And as you can see, again, no current, watts, voltage. The one thing about this meter that I will say is you need to put a switch on it. So this is hooked to the battery right now. We have a Miati 20 amp hour battery sitting over there. And this works fine, but that is drawn, did you see? 1.3. It's drawn a little bit of current because it's powering this meter. So if you're going to do something like this long term, I'd recommend switching this, which this is going to go in my Go box like this. So I will have it switched so that I'm not constantly drawing electricity with the meter. All right, so she's plugged in. Now the other thing is this meter will reset too when we turn the power off, so it will not hold cumulative numbers over time. So let's go ahead and turn the radio on. And you can see with the radio on, and we're just hooked to a dummy load here, I'll key up in a minute. You can see now we're pulling current. So this will let me, on field day or a portable operation, a POTA, whatever, this will let me keep an eye on what's going on with my radio and my battery as I'm using it. Now I'm on 20 meters right now, and again I'm in a dummy load. K4YCD test 1 2 3 4. K4YCD test 1 2 3 4. So you can see our current. I'm on single sideband, so as I talk, of course, the amperage changes up to 10 amps. Talking real loud, audio. So you can see our amperage changes. Now it's keeping a running total of amp hours, our current voltage, how many watts we're using, and so on and so forth. So all that data stays in the meter while the meter's powered on. We talked about what the meter will show, and it shows the screens and how they rotate. So these change, and this will show amps, volts. This is our amp hours. This is our watt hours here, how many watts we're currently consuming. This is our peak amps right there. Our peak voltage, no, our minimum voltage, 12.62, our watt peak, and current amp hours. And so those displays rotate, and this explains what they all are. Not expensive. I'll put a link to this in the description below. A great little addition to your kit. I actually have several of these. If you have a power supply that doesn't tell you what amperage and current draw are, this is a good thing to add. Guys, that's it for today. If you would give me a thumbs up, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and ring the bell so you get notified whenever I post any new videos. 73, y'all.